Hi, I'm Sara Delaney with One Big Happy Yarn Company, and we are back with the third block in our 2024 Block of the Month blanket series. In this block, I love how this block comes together. I mean, all of our blocks start round, turn square, or start square, turn round. This one just so beautifully transitions out from the center. It sort of reminds me of like a beautiful spider web, you know, like on a misty morning when the spider web catches all the little dewdrops and it's so pretty. That's what this reminds me of. So this is our third block. If you haven't yet, you can pick up a kit. Just hop into the description box below and click that link. You can pick up a full kit with pattern and yarn, or you can just pick up the pattern so that you can follow along with us. We're using the Skipjes Stone Washed XL, although some of the kits also include the River Washed XL. This is a worsted, heavy worsted weight yarn. We are on to our third color, color C, to make this third block. So you'll need your yarn, you'll need your H8 5mm crochet hook, stitch markers, tapestry needle, scissors. Let's hop right into this block. Again, what I love about this yarn is that easy pull tab to start that even tells you easy start, because it is. And then I just pull that little tab off. Always start with your slip knot on your hook so that it is snug but not tight, so it moves around nice and easy. And we're going to start with a chain of 6 and turn that into a ring. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slip stitch to that first chain to form a ring. There's our little ring. Now we're going to chain 3 for round 1. And then we're going to do 15 double crochets into that chain 6 ring that we made. This chain 3 that we start with at the beginning of round 1 counts as a double crochet. So we're now going to make 15 more double crochets, so we have a full count of 16 at the end of round 1. So go ahead and work your double crochets into that ring, and then meet me back at the beginning to join it together. So once you've made those 15 double crochets, and then remember that chain 3 we started with counts as a double crochet. So we've got 16 double crochets now. We're going to go back to the top of that chain 3 and do our slip stitch to join, and that finishes off round 1. So nice. So nice. Okay, round 2 starts with a chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This counts as a double crochet and a chain 2. And then that's what we're going to do all the way around in this round. We're going to do a double crochet and a chain 2 in each stitch. So this can be a tricky thing when you're working in the round and you've done a bunch of double crochets. So where do we want to go for our next stitch? We want to go right here, because this chain 5 comes from the chain 3 that we started with. So this is our next stitch here. We're going to do a double crochet and then a chain 2. And then in the next stitch, double crochet and chain 2. You're going to do that all the way around in round 2. Meet me back at the beginning to join. So here we are at the end of round 2, but I'm just going to double check and make sure that I'm actually at the end of round 2. So we've sort of made this wheel with spokes, and we should have 16. So I'm just going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right. So then back to that chain 5 that we started with, we want to slip stitch to the third chain of that chain 5. And again, my favorite way to do that is to count backwards from my first recognizable stitch. So there's the double crochet that we did after that chain 5. That's the top of it there. I'm going to count back 5, 4, 3. That third one is where we want to do the slip stitch to join. And that is the end of round 2. So nice. So nice. And we're ready for round 3. To start round 3, we need to move into this next chain 2 space. So we're going to do that by doing a slip stitch into this space. That just shifts us over because the groups of stitches that we're going to do now come from those spaces and not from the top of the double crochets in the round below. Now we're going to chain 3. We're going to do a double crochet, a chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 more double crochets back into this same chain 2 space. That makes our first corner. So we're turning this nice round shape into a square shape. Now we're going to chain 2. We're going to single crochet into the next chain 2 space. We're going to repeat that 3 times total. Chain 2, single, chain 2, single, chain 2, single. So we just did it once. We're going to do it a second time. Single into the next chain 2 space. We're going to do it a third time. Chain 2, single into the next chain 2 space, and we're going to chain 2 again, and then we're going to repeat our corner. So double crochet, chain 3, 2 more double crochets in that same space to make that second corner. Go ahead and follow that pattern. All the details are in your pattern all the way around to the other side. Meet me back here where we'll join it together. Here we are at the end of round 3. We're going to do a slip stitch to the top of that first chain 3 that we made. There. And now we've turned this fantastic round shape into a fantastic square shape. I love the magic of crochet. So here, that's where we are. That's round 3. So we're going to do round 4 now, which just builds that square out a little bit more. And to do that, we need to get over into this corner space. So again, we're going to travel by slip stitch. We're going to slip stitch into the top of the next double crochet. And then we're going to slip stitch into that chain 3 space. And that puts us where we want to actually start creating this 4th round. So we're going to chain 3. And then we're going to do 2 double crochets, a chain 3, and 3 more double crochets all in this same chain space. 1, 2, 3. Now, if you remember from block 1, those stitches that we made look like they fill up that whole chain space already. So I'm going to pull that chain and slide these over like they're on a drawstring to give myself a little bit more space to finish up those stitches. Don't ever be afraid to do that. If it feels like the stitches you've made have filled the whole space, just push them out of the way. They're there for you, not the other way around. All right, there's that corner made. Now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to double crochet in the next chain 2 space. And we're going to do that 4 times. Chain 2, double crochet in the next chain 2 space, chain 2, double crochet in the next chain 2 space. So we've done that once. Chain 2, double crochet there, chain 2, double crochet there, chain 2, double crochet there, chain 2 more, and then we're going to make the next corner, which is 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, all in this chain 3 corner space. Again, remember, if you feel like you don't have enough room for your stitches, you can always slide them over a bit. So go ahead and work your next side, those double crochets, those chain 2s, your next corner, and side. Meet me back here to join it all together. Here we are at the end of round 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are going to slip stitch to the top of that chain 3 that we started with, right through the heart of that chain. And that closes off round 4. Now we're going to do round 5, and that's going to be our single crochet round. And the fun thing about this one is we're actually going to skip some stitches. What? Promise me. I promise you, but it'll make sense. So we're going to do chain 1 to start round 5. Single crochet in that same chain stitch where we joined round 4, and then a single crochet in each of the next 2 double crochets. Don't be afraid to wiggle your way through if that stitch feels a little bit tight. And we're going to do 3 single crochets in that chain 3 space, just like that. Then we've got 3 more double crochets over here, 1 single crochet in each of those. And then here's where it's a little bit fun. For me anyway. I hope you find it fun. So we have these 5 chain 2 spaces and these 4 double crochets. So we're going to do 2 single crochets in the chain 2 space, and then we're just going to skip the double. 2 single crochets in the next chain 2 space, and we just skip the double. 2, skip it, 2, skip it, 2 more. Then 1 in each of these doubles, 3 in the chain 3 corner space, and then repeat around. Join me back here to finish round 5. And with those 2 single crochets in the last chain 2 space, you are ready to slip stitch to the top of the first single that you made. Then you can cut your yarn over, and pull through, give it a tug and fasten off. And that is block 3. Look at how pretty that is. You can really see that spider webby effect in the center. All right, so you're gonna need to make 4 of these in this color. And when you have, you can weave in your ends now, or you can wait till the end. You can block them now, or you can wait to the end. Remember, we're aiming for 5.5 inch squares. And that is 3 blocks done. That's 1/3 of the way through the blocks that we need to make this blanket. Ah, can you believe we're 1/3 of the way through already? Holy cow. All right, so get those 4 done. Relax, breathe, and meet me back here in our next episode when we make block 4. I will see you then. But until then, happy crocheting.